Sorry. That song was a little shorter than expected, so I kinda messed up the timing on switching over. Hey Catilla, welcome in. No, the headache isn't too bad, thank you. Oh, come on, don't tell me chat doesn't show up on screen today. You gotta be kidding me. Ah, there it is. Nope, there it is. Okay. Probably just because I switched scenes. Okay. I hope I hope you're doing good today, darling. And just because I was halfway through typing another part of the answer to your question, how I am today, I'm very torn. Like, I'm super torn, especially today, or like currently the last 2 days, I've also been very torn between studying for my exam, working on the recommendations list, playing blueprints, streaming, and potentially playing something else so I don't alienate people too much. And yeah. So it's... Oh no, yesterday was bad, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm happy that today's been better. Yeah, I don't know, like, if you want to tell me more about what, so if you feel like it would be beneficial for you to share what was so bad about yesterday, then feel free to do so. If not, that's of course absolutely fine. But yeah, and I just came to a decision like 5 minutes ago that this will be the last blueprints stream, and so I don't plan on doing any future streams. And I also don't plan on recording my continued playing this and looking for secrets all streamed and just recording it for YouTube. I'll go more into the reasoning for that in a second here. Just medical issues from overdoing stuff also. Oh no. Had that issue in a while, so extra frustrating and shitty. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry. So sorry about that. Hope it's not... Yeah, you know, hope it's not too bad. But yeah, I like, congratulations again on doing the haircut thing. Also motivated me to finally let go of my hair. At least Holland is still fun too. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. I love that for you, darling. Awesome. That's fantastic. And it makes me so happy to see you enjoy Hollow Knight. Ah. Yeah, so blueprints. So last stream I beat the game, meaning I to keep it as non-spoiler as possible because Catilla is still here. I achieved the main objective of the game, but of course there's many more things I am aware I don't know yet, I haven't seen yet, puzzles I haven't solved yet, story parts I have been missing. So yeah, initially, at least if I didn't have many viewers, at least had Lambrecht and Rosie Posey here in the regular, who watched this and are probably somewhat interested in the story, at least, I'm guessing. So I initially planned on continuing this. The thing is, now it's been 2 days, and honestly, motivation to stream is kind of like mixed and low. It's a little difficult right now, but I do want to like basically think about playing this game 24/7. Like, I want nothing more than go back in and do more runs and discover more things and solve puzzles and all that stuff. But I can't stream 24/7 for multiple reasons. So yeah, I'm at a point where I'm... Thanks for the Catilla. I'll hit you in the DMs later. Probably. So yeah. I feel like I'm at a point where I get more enjoyment out of this game if I don't stream it anymore, because then I'm more free in the choices of when I play it and how long I play it. Because whenever I stream something, I'm considering, okay, what time is it? Are people gonna be available? Is my moderator gonna be, I mean, not for blueprints obviously, because I know this is a game Catilla wants to stay blind on and not watch. So I'm doing this unmoderated. No, I don't want moderators to catch things. Leave me alone. So yeah, it's basically come to a point where I'm like, I have more enjoyment out of this game if I play it off stream. Some people might think that this is disappointing because I haven't found everything on stream, and as long as they're not gonna play it, they won't see it either. Also part of the story that I am sorry for, in a sense. Like I am. Like, I understand the desire when you're watching someone's playthrough that you want to see as much of the game as possible, and knowing that there's stuff left is frustrating. But yeah, I also I am not obligated to 100% complete every game I play, and I'm not obligated to 100% complete every game I play on stream. It's something I like to do for most games. This is sort of a special case where I'm like, I also feel like the gameplay will get very repetitive. There might be longer and longer gaps between me finding things. It's just, yeah, I've come to the decision that I will do this one last stream. We'll see what the game has for us in store after having reached room 46 once. And if we are allowed to continue, which I assume we are, I'll play a day or two, and then that's gonna be it. This is also going to probably be a short stream. And then we will continue with other games here. So yeah, we continue with day 29. The next day? Okay. Now I'm not even sure. I mean, I hope I can still continue. I've assumed as much. Open only in the event of inheritance, and we have... Oh! A trophy. That was also an achievement. You've been awarded the inheritance trophy for reaching room 46. Trophies earned will be permanently added to the trophy room. Okay, I've only seen that in the draft once, and I didn't actually place it. In recognition of completing your quest. Dear Baron. That must be an absolutely crazy feeling to wake up one day and be called a Baron. But yeah, that's what we are. Welcome to Mount Holly, your home. I still remember the first time I was addressed by my title. I was quite a bit older than you, but it still felt strange, especially after a lifetime of hearing my father addressed daily by that same title. But life is a journey of growth, growing up, growing older, growing wiser. And in our in our case, sometimes the small c's look like small e's. Growing into the Baron of Reddington. The Baron doesn't have to be a daunting figure. He could be quiet and unassuming, or loud, brash, and boisterous. He could be deceptive or trustworthy, humble or boastful, or any measure of other things, but always clever. When I inherited Mount Holly, I never had to prove myself. They just gave me the keys and left it at that. It felt too easy, too trivial, and very undeserved. Experience comes with time, but without validation. I spent the better part of my youth questioning myself. And as I grew older, that lack of conviction and aimlessness amplified. I never really had any goals or objectives to strive toward. I never had any dreams to realize. I never set my sights on something beyond the horizon. I never had a room 46 to reach. And now that you have reached your goal and are basking in your well-deserved glory, shiny trophy in hand and showered with accolades and titles, will you be content to stop there? Or will you look to the horizon and wonder what dreams lie ahead? Does that say Quinn Navarre? Herbert S. Sinclair? Okay. So 2 people signed it, or what? Okay, so we absolutely can continue. That is fantastic. I mean, just to name a few things, I feel I named a few things that I want to do the last time. Like, I want to see as many rooms as possible, and I know for a fact, even without people mentioning stuff in this, like when I discuss the game with friends, mentioning rooms, and me seeing rooms on screenshots of their house plans, of their floor plans that I haven't seen yet. I even without that, I am aware that I'm missing rooms, that there's rooms I haven't seen so far. Yeah, give me the shelter, why not? Still wondering if there will ever be anything in here. Like an item or something. Also wondering if something will happen if we connect, like if we get all 4 computers online in a day. But like plenty of things I want to do. Like pushing the central button in a room of mirrors, connecting a bunch of rooms like the laundry room, the lab, the foundation, and the pump room to the boiler room. What else? Yeah, drain the observatory. Find the remaining saves and crack them and read the last 3 letters. Hey, this is new. The trophies of Mount Holly, a recognition of outstanding excellence. Full house trophy. The other 75, huh? Explorer's trophy, complete the Mount Holly directory. Oh, okay. Bullseye, so 40 Dartmouth puzzles. So, win for the parlor games. Trophy, create all 8 workshop contraptions. Oh, we've already have half of them. Trophy of drafting. Win the drafting strategy sweepstakes? Drafting strategy sweepstakes? No idea what that's supposed to be. Unlock all 8 realm sigils. I have 0 of 8. Okay, realm sigils. Okay, we had a book on sigils. Trophy 8. Solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. Is that about the classrooms? Okay, no. Is the classroom final exam? Okay, no, I was going button up here. Okay, that's room 8 on rank 8. Okay, I don't have room 8 yet. Never found that. Okay, that's a puzzle I haven't seen yet. At all. Okay, some speedrunning stuff. Reach room 46 in under an hour. Reach room 46 in 1 day. In curse mode. In dare mode. Okay. Other game modes. Complete the trophy case. Interesting. As I said, I know I'm absolutely, even without that I was... What had a gift shop? That's the first time I'm seeing that. Absolutely aware. Like maybe it's only available after you reach room 46. Yeah, absolutely aware. I have plenty of things still to see. And some people might be disappointed that I'm not showing that on stream or recording it in any way, and therefore you can't see it in this playthrough. And I'm honestly sorry if you're one of these people. But then again, I feel like this game is absolutely worth the investment of time and money. And yeah, I mean, if you're not the person who play these kind of games, feel free to watch someone else. They will have a very different experience from me, and you'll definitely get some enjoyment out of that. But yeah, we'll see. What kind of things? Not sure if that is a smart choice to draft that. Get more unusual and rare rooms while drafting. Because it might also be rooms that cost me gems and I don't have any. But we'll see. And we'll see again, playing a day or two depending on how long they are. And we get what we will get. I mean, it's been a blessing and a curse that I've streamed this. Like for me in the last couple days, I mean. Because on one hand, like I said, I wanted to play this 24/7 and went crazy that I absolutely couldn't. And had other more important things to do. On the other hand, it was probably a blessing because that means I actually did the things that were more important for me to do. Okay, let's do the library. I believe Fixer's Realm and Rune. Yeah, that's the book about the sigils. So let's see what this is. Oh no, not the Chamber of Mirrors here. Well, all of these options are horrible. But yeah, I guess this allows me also to give my thoughts on the closing cutscene, which I didn't really voice last time, or like only very little. Tea lunchbox swim trunks. Teriki Blocks console edition? Coming soon? Okay. Swimbird plushie. Unlock dare mode. Tents fit for a prince. Study construction, stakes and scouting rope included. Okay. Permanent addition to the campsite. We still have the campsite? Oh, nice. Swim trunks, permanent addition to the pool. Okay. 102, permanent addition to walking closet. It looks nice. Okay, Christmas cards. Give up on stuff. It is so funny. About time you visit Mount Holly. Okay, these are cool. Ah, oh, the Red Prince. Yeah, sorry, totally getting lost again. So yeah, of course it was absolutely fantastic to have hear our mother's voice in the recording. It's deeply symbolic that she reads us the story of the Red Prince. And I absolutely love that. And of course the animation set gives a new context to the story. I mean, we were basically already told that, at least it was assumed, that the story of the Red Prince was political. Hey, Rosie Posy. Thank you, darling. And thank you for being here, even if it's just a short time. And yeah, as you probably have guessed already from the title, this is the last time you're streaming this, so just a fair warning, I guess, since you're one of the 2 people who've actually watched this. And damn, I can't do. What do we have? Okay, let me do the pollen. Well, I'm happy to have you here. Hope you have a good day. I just started. I mean, we already found some new stuff. Like we found the Mount Holly gift shop. I guess it's a regular shop. Okay, that one's new. Never had that before. And yeah, we got a new letter in the beginning. And our first trophy. Only one statement is false. I mean, that could be true. Only one statement is true. Uh-huh. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Prizes? Yeah, prizes. And yeah, apparently I'm too busy to voice my thoughts on the... Okay, maybe before I do this, let me try and voice my thoughts on the final cutscene. Like I said, extremely emotional that they bring in our mother. I hope I can find out more in the remaining letters and when I continue playing this off stream about what exactly happened to her. I mean, so far we know that she did flee basically to another country. I also found with the images that were chosen for the animation in the final cutscene are very interesting because they really recontextualize the story of the Red Prince. And it creates a new understanding. It's it really adds a new layer to it, and way I'm reading is that's I'm reading it, or I saw it as commentary on growing up in, let's say, a society that's not very open-minded. You could also, like, if you want to be more blatant, it's kind of like growing up in, like, in the fascist regime, for example, or in a society that has a very narrow world view, like their stuff counts and it's just their stuff, and you, like, when you grow up in a world like that, how it can shape your mind, and the color red is representative in that, and that the Red Prince is really just all about red. Like, he wants everything to be red. He's not interested in any colors, doesn't even want to see them, acknowledge their existence. Like, it really became from a children's book that's kind of about naivety, and it's not that serious. Like, at least when I first read it, I didn't read it as that serious as a comment. And but with the new imaginary applied, it really recontextualizes the meaning of that book. And of course, setting that in juxtaposition with the mother, not only of her wearing a blue scarf, which again shows her opposition to that worldview that is presented and promoted by society. But also that, in like the struggle of like being someone in a society that views the world differently and has different beliefs and a different opinion on things. And yeah, also the position on her as a mom, and like wishing for her son to see her point of view, but probably as far as I'm seeing it right now, without wanting to force it on him. Like, she doesn't want him growing up to be brainwashed by society, but she also doesn't want to brainwash him on her worldview, kinda. I don't know, I feel like this is all mixed up, and I probably restructured that sentence in my head 5 times while speaking it, so... Watched about? Oh, got teary. Thank you for watching it. Yeah, I got teary-eyed as well, was very emotional. So yeah, that's... basically, it's really showed me that there is much more to it. Like, I already had the feeling that because there was so much emphasis on the color red and its meaning in this world and its society and politically and historically, but like that final cut really drives the message home and puts a lot more meaning behind that children's book than I initially, like. We already had the Newsat article that was like, okay, it's political commentary, but that one really drove the point home. That's there is some truth in that. There's definitely some merit in that. But like, honestly, if you take that away, again, it can just also be like a more naive or said it well, yay. At least something. I feel always like I'm getting chopped up. Like, if you want to read it in a less, like, it's not as strong as political context. It's just, I mean, I don't know about you, but from my experience, like, if I think back on my childhood, like, children are like that. Like, they have their, like, at least many children are. They have their things that they like. And they're very like, at least not, I was very opinionated on the things I liked and didn't like, and on many times it was hard to step out of my comfort zone. And being like that just robs you of new experiences. But then, like, there's this comfort in things that we know, right? There's a lot of comfort in the things that we know and that we have experienced before, and that we know and that we are sure that we like them. but narrowing ourselves to only these experiences, to repeat their same experiences over and over again all our life that we've made before and that we have good experiences with before, it also means that we cancel everything out that's new or that's a little bit different from what we know, just because on the off chance we might not enjoy it. And you can tell that goes for everything. It starts with food. Like I wasn't extremely picky either as a child. Like I had the things I liked, and if I didn't know something, I didn't want to try it. And if I tried something, it usually didn't go well. Like I usually didn't like it, and then more often, like my parents were trying really hard to try and get me to try new food stuff, to have, a balanced diet, which is important to stay healthy. But yeah, that never worked out, and I really struggled, and for many reasons with that. And as an adult, I still have I have a kind of complicated relationship with food, partly because of that, and like also it's yeah, I mean, I guess you can see. I mean, I'm even if it's just chest up, I'm overweight, so that's kind of also an issue. I mean, I'm lucky that I was able to branch out in the last couple of years and try new things, um, especially vegetables that I didn't really eat all my childhood. I have avoided them like the plague, and have taken steps to a healthier diet. A healthy, more balanced diet. But it's not limited to food. Like this goes for everything. Also for like music, or just like I said, it can also be a basic worldview. And I honestly think, I mean, we're going political again, but yeah, I also feel like this is something that happens right now, that a lot of societies around the world are taking, like if I think back on the last like 30 years as humanity, there's a lot of countries that have taken steps in what I see as the right direction to a more fair and equal society in some aspects, at least. And especially recently, it feels like we've taken, like if we've taken 5 steps, or like 5 steps, if we've gone 5 steps in the right direction the last, let's say, 15-20 years, it feels like in the last couple of months we've taken 10 steps back. We went 10 steps back. So, and I feel like for me, how I interpret that is there's a lot of insecurity going on, and yeah, the thing is, making new experiences and inviting new concepts for standards of living, for jobs, for societal structures, yeah, for changes in traditions and all that stuff. Like everything that can change, if language changes, whatever it may be, is needs some adjusting and is scary to people. Like I said a while ago, a couple minutes ago, there is a lot of comfort in stability and in having things, like repeating things that you have done before and doing things the way they've always been done. You know? And change is scary, and it is. Full stop. I feel like there's only a handful of people who are not scared of change at all, who are that adventurous. Like most people crave that sort of stability, regardless of the time you live in. They crave that comfort and that security it gives you. So having a lot of changes going on in the world, in society, in how the world functions, in how certain things are viewed, and thanks, Rosie Posey. I don't feel beautiful, but thanks. So yeah, that is a challenge. It challenges people's minds and their way, or like their ability to conceptualize a world that's different from how they know it. And I say that without judging anyone. Like, I'm the same. I'm super scared of change. And like, I had a mental breakdown in the summer, like what is it, 8-9 months ago. I had a absolute mental breakdown on the prospect of switching back to a job I knew. Like, if you remember, for 2 years I worked in IT, and then I switched back about 4 or 5 months ago to my accounting job, in the same accounting job, the same position, the same company that I've worked in 2 years before my IT job. So I went back to a job I knew, in a company I knew, but I was still scared shitless because it was a job change. So change is scary. I'm the first person to admit that. It's not easy to adapt to an ever-changing world and to an ever-changing society. But it's also not the solution to just dig your head in the sand and like go like, I ignore all of it and I want to say everything to stay the same. Things are going to changing. Whether we acknowledge it or not, whether we want it or not, things are changing every single day. And I mean, I think the best thing we can do is stick together, voice our like insecurities about change, and yeah, just find comfort in community and make the best of the situation, whatever that the situation ends up being. But yeah, like I don't believe going like really forcing time to turn back, essentially, like really forcing all the changes that have been made to reverse is not the answer. Like basically looking to the past for like, okay, that's what we want to achieve. I don't think it's the answer. Like, I don't think there was ever a point in time where humanity as a whole was better than it is today. There were certain groups who were off better. There were maybe certain aspects of life that were a little better in certain times, but as a whole, I don't like, the world isn't perfect, far from it. But still, I don't think trying our hardest to recreate a past world or a past society is a good thing to do. Like that literally doesn't get us anywhere. The best thing to do is learn from our past mistakes and look at the present and look what's wrong, make our plans to fix it and fix that in the future and make it better, or try our best to make that better. So, very long rambling about society, just, really off track from the game, but just because it feels very current, that sentiment of just stick with what I know, and that's all I want to see. And of course, our character who like, initially, the thing is, I think we read in our news article, really going back to the game, we initially read in the news article that our mother said she wrote her first book, The Red Prince, for her son. And the thing is, we know she has 2 sons. And as far as I'm aware, we are the younger one. Like Simon here, our character is the younger one. So I assume back then The Red Prince was written for our brother, and maybe it was. So it kind of surprised me to see us as a young boy in the cutscene. And again, maybe initially it was written for our brother, but I guess it also implies, or if it not wasn't, it also sort of applies to us. And yeah, completely forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, completely lost track of my thoughts. Let me see if I can find that thread again. Yeah, sorry. That idea of this house and the stuff we find in it changing our world. I think that's the point I wanted to make. And that this whole thing was basically us being let in on the big family secret, kind of. I feel like I'm starting to get the feeling that basically our whole family is made out of rebels, political rebels. And yeah. So that kind of messaging. Again, I feel like I lost track there 3 times and completely messed up what I wanted to say. I hope that somewhat made sense when I rambled on the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes. If not, then I'm deeply sorry. Okay, let's try and correct that part of the game and move on. Okay, only one statement is false. Made lots of sense. Yay! At least something. Thanks, Rosie. Okay, only one statement is false. Might be true or not. Only one statement is true. Again, might be true or false. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Okay, but we need to have a finite answer. The gems are in a box with a false statement. I believe that statement is false. The reason why I believe that statement is false is that it wouldn't give us a definitive answer. Because if this is true, if the statement is true, then we would check our only one true statement, okay, but that would also make this statement true, and so we are already at 2 true statements, so that kind of can't be true without contradicting the statement. So this has to be false. Then we're checking only one statement is, or can it be? Okay, then we're checking only one statement is false. Okay, okay, that could be true. And then we'd get a finite answer. An A box, a false statement. Okay, so if this, okay, let's play it out. If this is true, that can't be true. This can be true. One statement is false. And then it would be in here. The gems would be in here. If this is wrong, oh damn. I'm not sure I can get a finite answer on this. Only one statement is true. Yeah, then this. Okay, but what doesn't matter. Because either way, it would be the white box. Because if this is false, then the gems are not in a box with a false statement. That's a false statement. So it has to be in one with a true statement then. Only one statement can be true. That is this, it's the white box then. And only one statement would be by default false. Because otherwise it would contradict the only one statement is true statement. And if that were also false, then it would contradict this, because then we'd have 2 false ones. So I think that the gems are in here. Either way. Yep. Okay. Nice. Also, I'm wondering... Oh, hey! Look at that clock handle positioning. That was right on line. Nothing happened there, though? That's something I was wondering, by the way, if something would happen in this room. Because the clock handles here are marked with arrows. If something like happens here when they are in a certain position. Like I actually wanted to go back here at 12 and then kind of mess up with all my rambling. And see if something happens in here in the 12th hour of the day. Have you ever gotten those boxes wrong? No, I don't think I have. If I remember correctly, I've never gotten them wrong. But still, sometimes I feel like I might. And then I'm insecure about them. Alright, you know what? Give me the closet. Oh, 2 keys. Nice. Is that a silver? Ooh, silver key. Big brain. For now. Should the West Wing Hall. Ah. Okay, let me see. I'm not sure if I want to use the special key, so I'll use a normal key for now. Let's do the spare room. I'm not really prepared to bring on the rotunda for now. Damn! I would love to do that, but no, yeah, that is more gems than I can acquire. But it's 8! Oh, if only I had a gem more. It gives me 8 gems, which is huge. Okay. Now, if I would get the Hall of Mirrors here... That's actually what I'm using the silver key for. Yeah! Okay, we can sort of work on trying to do this. Sort of. Although I haven't checked the chapel yet, if there's something in here. Also, I'm still fully convinced that there's some riddle regarding the angels and their numbers. Like, I'm so certain of that. Alright, let's see. Okay, that opens something else there. I mean, I feel like you do need a bunch of steps for doing the Hall of Mirrors. Yes, you have to go back and forth in a room constantly. Or like at least multiple times. Like I see my step count absolutely dwindling here. Okay, I have to absolutely have to make sure they're connected from the other side. Thanks, darling. You have a fantastic weekend as well. And thanks for being here. I mean, I guess it has to be the courtyard. I don't really want to give up my last key. I need the sledgehammer. I don't have any tools. Oh, come on. Well, damn it. Yeah, I really would have needed the courtyard here. Because no matter what I choose, I'm basically gonna end up in a dead end. Frick. Hey, Lambrecht, welcome in. Rosie leaves, Lambrecht comes. Welcome in. How you doing, darling? How were your last couple days? Oh. Got a key! Apples! You never see us in the same room? Makes you think. It makes you think. That's true. I mean, maybe having 3 doors is enough, actually. Oh no. Okay, that was new. We unlocked that. Damn. Could this actually be enough? Could 3 doors, connecting 3 doors, be enough to get the 4th? I mean, that would be cool. I mean, if not, then that day is over. And it was just me rambling for 30 minutes. But yeah, we got a gift shop. Oh, and I mean, if the day is over, I guess I can buy stuff. But let's see if, let's first see if it is. And if not, there's always other days. Okay, so this here's new. Ah, okay, that's just this one. Yeah, I was afraid it would be. Okay, so I've these doors down and I just need this one. Yeah, just double checking. Yeah, I have hit all of these. Ah, once again, a so close and yet so far moment. Ah, if only the courtyard had been placed where the observatory is. That would have been so much better. Alright, but 3 out of 4. That's the best I've ever done. Alright, then let me spend my money. And I guess my keys. Hey, look, more money. Let me spend my money on souvenirs. Why not? Hey, car keys and a gem. Alright. So... I think the swim trunks and the lunchbox. A permanent addition to the dining room. When you reach rank 5 with the lunchbox, you gain half of your dinner steps. And a pair of trunks is always handy for swimming. Permanent addition to the pool. Just be sure to bring some keys. Okay. We'll buy these. And call it a day. I guess, you know what? Before I do that, let's check out the campsite. Because apparently that's still there. Oh, you know what we can do with our last coin? We can make a wish. That's something we can do with our last coin. I wonder if this door will open when we supply energy to the lab. Like the power lines here. Make me think maybe we might. Or, I don't know. But just the power lines make me think door will somehow be connected to the boiler room. That will need to supply something with energy, and then we can get that door open. Okay, so our tent is still there. Orchid is also still there, and the trees aren't dead yet. That's fantastic. Alright then. So we're still camping outside, even though we own the house. I mean, that's a choice. Alright, let's call it a day. Yes, call it. Oh, okay, now it says the 30 again. Nice. I mean, also something I'm wondering and definitely want to try is if we reach room 46 again, now after having been there the first time, if we can actually explore the room, or if we just get the cutscene and credits again. All right. Ooh, a schoolhouse. You know what? Yeah, let's go. Let's try it. Let's see if we can draft all 8 classrooms today. That means we'll need a bunch of gems. And a bunch of options. Okay, nothing in here. And I'll play this day and that will end it. For stream and for this playthrough on my channel. Are there still rooms you haven't drafted? Oh, absolutely 100%. So I absolutely, like, these 2 rooms are definitely ones I haven't drafted. And number 19. The master bedroom is still missing. I've never drafted that. 2 shops are missing. And then, yeah, there's studio editions. And there's many more of that. And found floor plans, which I'm guessing there might also be more of these. So yeah, and then I don't know how many more rooms are out there somewhere, you know? So yeah, absolutely stuff I haven't seen. Like today I saw Anne in a Discord mention something. I'm not gonna mention it here, but I was like, what the hell is that? Never heard of that. So yeah, absolutely still things we haven't seen. Okay, first 2 classrooms and I'm out of gems. Which is not good. Oh, you haven't seen the classroom test. Okay, yeah. Okay, since we have the classrooms going on, I will actually take the storeroom here so that I get a gem back. Like, I'll take everything that gives me gems. So yeah, when you draft the schoolhouse as you're out of room, as it says, 8 classrooms are being added to the draft pool. And I've never managed to draft all 8. And in every one of them, basically, you have a school grade, and you have a subject. Like first grade is colors, and you have these sheets lying around, worksheets like tests, basically, in every class. And I now know that there is a trophy. For passing the exam at the end. So basically, once you, I guess, reach 8th grade, you'll have an exam on all these different subjects from first grade to 8th grade. And you get a trophy for that. But also, like, I believe it was grade 6 that I got last time, was the highest. For example, that one was that one was a history class. And it had a slideshow like on the history of the country that showed side of the war, of the battle, and how the old like kind of kingdom was overturned. So there's definitely also some story context or world building context in these classes, and some stuff that helps you with puzzles like math, for example. Okay, we have December 6th. Simon P. Jones. Realm and Rune. Sigils of the Past and the Present. Okay, this is a book I already found in the Abandoned Mines, but it was all torn up. So this basically explains, yeah, what sigils are and how they, kind of what they mean. Like, they're made up of different parts, and every part represents something. See? So yeah, and absolutely go through this and photograph every page in this book once we're done. It's hilarious. Would the game teach you other operations if you never figure out the dark part? Yeah. I mean, you do have hints on stuff in other rooms. You just have to find them. Alright, introduction. When the scholars of the First Era found any hidden things, either of a natural source or resulting from the creations of man, they were accustomed to record these in various signs with the aid of figures. They did this in order that the sigils of their realm might not be understood by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are a new tradition. They have been found in every era, in every culture, and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils. Those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. This book was written to make to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of the leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meaning. The sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of 4 things: the core, the dividing lines, also called rays, the moats, the border. The core. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape, different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind that name. Still, it is important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step to deciphering any sigil, and all the other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. Several example cores taken from well-known sigils: Orvinda Iris, Fin Iris, Araja, Korarika, and Arch Iris. These are kingdoms, or like countries. The rays. Sprouting forth from the core will come several dividing lines, splitting the sigil into pieces. From one sigil to another, the rays will often differ in number, style, and form. Studying the differences in these lines will immediately reveal several things about the realm. Transportation, the number of rays. Counting the number of dividing lines in the sigil will reveal to us what method of transportation was prevalent in the realm. Were they a seaside kingdom that relied on ships, or a desert domain that might have employed camels to cross the sandy expanse of their lands? Alright, and here we have a bunch of different variations. Naval capabilities, ship routes, seaports. 8 rays on these sigils resemble the directions on a compass rose. Roads, streets, carriages. The 4 rays here look like crossroads on a map. Horseback, rough trails, another sigil that uses 4 rays. However, these will always be configured to suggest a horse galloping. Train system, locomotion. The 3 rays that are used in sigils for realms that rely on track-based travel. Aviation, dirigibles, balloons. The 5 rays that here suggest travel above the horizon. Camels, pack mules, arid or desert trails. 2 rays to indicate a flat terrain. Turtleback travel. Turtleback? Turtleback? You sure about that? Like, seems slow, is all I'm gonna say. 5 short rays that do not fully extend from the core to the border. Okay, weather, the style of ray. Identifying the style of the ray used in the sigil will show us what weather the kingdom considered native. Some are intuitive, like the jagged lightning-shaped lines to indicate stormy lands. Okay, straight black lines indicate a lack of unusual or harsh weather and normal temperature. Then we have one for foggy or misty weather is indicated when the ray has several horizontal slashes across one side. Okay. Heavy wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. The scorched air and blazing sun cause the otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning-shaped ray is used. So far, all of these seem very intuitive. A ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. Windy weather is displaced on sigils by the use of bent, curved lines. Rays buckling under the high winds. Yeah, all of these feel very intuitive. Like, they make so much sense. Modes. On each sigil, floating between the rays, are small figures called motes. From the shape and style of the modes used on the sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed, if they considered themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. Okay, now we have one for tribal. In primitive realm, hunter and gatherers. Agricultural, harvest and farming based society and culture. Martial, militaristic nation engaging in generation-spanning wars and heated arguments. Metropolitan, large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. Academic, a center for knowledge advanced in various scholarly pursuits. These realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Industrial, engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, an elevated reference for nature, animals, and the forces that guide us. Poetic, a strong focus on the advancement of the arts, writing, music, and language. Alright, the final part of the sigil, the border. Around each sigil is an adorned edge serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. These borders always correspond to the banner and national colors of that specific realm. Okay, we have black, red, violet, pink, green, yellow, orange, and white. Putting it all together. By studying the core, race, modes, and border of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. Okay, Finir is the Grand Realm. Transportation road carriage with a Farkey Society militaristic banner red. Okay, that's basically that sigil. Yeah. And Fenrir is basically the country we live in. The realm we live in. Right. Quickly gonna go back and photograph all of these so that I have them for the future. Okay, nice. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna take the class from here, even though I don't really like it. Okay, science class? What was science class about? Oh, okay, yeah. That was that again. Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a hint on the lab riddle, or one riddle in the lab. Okay, let's take the chapel. That's a good room. So let me quickly go back and continue drawing from that other classroom. And I didn't eat my apple here. Okay, this is math class. Math class is easy. I mean, I guess I can still photograph this just to be safe, but I feel like the billiard room riddle has really taught me math of the game. I feel like a little kid tugging at your sleeve, but not that the book is over. Not that the book is over. I have to know, did we figure out the drawing room save combo? Yes, we did. I did that last time. Okay, I have more redraws. I wish I could. You know what, then? Kind of gambling on getting a better room. But again. I need those gems today more than ever. Yeah, I need those gems more than ever. I was there for so much last time and then went back and watched the end. I think I did that kind of early. Like relatively early. But I'm not sure anymore. Okay, the black box is not empty. What mean the gems will be there? Statement on the black box is true. A box with a false statement contains the gems. Okay, so if this statement is true, then this statement is true, then this has to be false. Which checks out, because then it would say the statement that the black box is not empty is false. The gems will be here. If this is false, a statement with a box with a false statement contains the gems. So if this is false, then this has to be false in combination. And that would be true. But then the gems would be in the black box, which would this statement automatically true if this is so. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Then the gems have to be here. I'll find a second. I'm proud of you. Because what the fuck was that puzzle? Yay! I mean, honestly, the ironic thing is, I basically did the correct thing to solve that puzzle. I cracked the code for the safe in the drawing room. Like, not last stream, but the stream before that was ironic. Like, that's the ironic thing. They basically did the right thing to crack the code, and I didn't. I only didn't because I miscounted the paintings of the elderly gentleman. Like, I basically had to combine how many times there was a painting of the lady and the elderly gentleman, and combine these two numbers, and I only that gives you the combination to the safe, and I only didn't get that because I miscounted how many pictures of the gentleman there were. Geography class. And the spare room, so we can go on. Okay, no, I already I believe I took a picture of that. So you kind of brute forced it, or was there a clue podcasting? There was. Okay, look, there is that that meta. I believe that was. Sorry, I will leave that. Okay, the sentence construction is not my strong suit today. Okay, so there's this puzzle that has been referred by other players as the meta puzzle, and if I understand it correctly, they mean the puzzle where every room on this basically board here on this floor plan has a letter assigned to it, and if you read them all together, if you fill them all in, they spell a message. And I did that two streams ago with Rosie, like most of them, and filled in the 3 or so that were missing by the end of stream. And if you put it all together, it reads, if we count small gates spelled Gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So it's basically a meta hint on how to crack the safes. And it's also a hint for how to find the correct numbers, because even if you say, even just knowing, okay, all codes for all saves are dates, that still leaves you with 365 possible combinations. So there's of course extra hints for every save in their respective rooms so far. To give you a clearer hint on what the exact date is. And for the drawing room, it's related to that message. Exactly, you just said it. How gates gets you there. It's a play on the words with gates and gates and the different spelling. So not GATES as it is in the message, but as you just said, GAITS. And I already had assumed, because the drawing room is full of pictures and the pictures in there never change, unlike the pictures in the other rooms we've seen, that I was so certain from the very start that these pictures somehow have to be a hint that will tell you the combination for the save. And yeah, it's the number of pictures of people displayed with small gates. What did I want? Oh yeah, check. I wanted to check if I photographed this for the geography class. I believe I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, so this is the country of Fen Aries. And some important landmarks. The Royal Museum, Morning Bay, Colossus Orinda. Oris. What used to be the capital. I'm not sure if it's still the capital. Reddington and Mount Holly. This is where we are. And then there's this kind of tower up here towards Arch Aries. It's not really labeled as anything. Alright, cool. Ah, yeah. And basically, the book we just had of the course will help us with that. And I've looked at these. Like, I've really looked in detail at these last time. Like, last time I was in this classroom, I had the magnifying glass and could really look at them up close, and they have some amazing detail in them. These maps, they're fantastic. Alright, so let's see what we get. Okay, definitely not the gift shop. I need okay, since I have redraws, let me have redraws. In the hallway with a key would be extremely nice. And that would hit it end. You know what? I'm gonna take the conference room just because it gives me more doors to work with. Okay, give me the dining room for now, just because of how the doors are placed. Enjoy luncha. When we drank 5, which will be the next drink, I gain 5 steps. Alright, the nook is actually really good here, because we do otherwise would have a dead-end door from the classroom, and I get a key, which I like. Although as much as I like the courtyard, it would cost me a gem. It's not the ideal thing to do today. No, not the library today. Let me do the pantry, so that I can continue on here. And I was just thinking another classroom would be cheaper right now. So we're hitting grade 5. Yeah, and this class is art class, and it's basically supposed to give you a hint on solving that meta puzzle. Like basically you have 2 pictures in every room for that meta puzzle. It will give you it will allow you to get the letter for that room, like for the placement on the floorboard basically. And basically this one is code and card. So for this square it's A. Exactly. Okay, let's use a key. Not sure I like that we have a key here. Okay, but I can, since I'm in a classroom, I can redraw. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Okay, I already have 5 classrooms. This would be the 6th. Question is, should I risk that? Or should I take something that would give me like something like the West Wing hallway that would also give that would give me a door downwards and upwards? You know what, let me do that. Okay, see the grade 6 is... Oh, I didn't take... No, I can take the apple on the way back. So we're creating a dead end here anyway. So yeah, this is history class, and I can absolutely show you what this is all about. Yeah. So we have slides here. And so basically this is about the war that we read about, where this yeah, basically the red guys took over. Eventually it was over. They had won. The first king being crowned. Costumes are really cool. And then it's interesting that they tore up the railways. Like I remember from the book, the history of Arindia, we read that in one of the eras, in the former eras before the war, it was explicitly mentioned that railways, a lot of them were created to connect the 3 different parts of the realm, because one of the kings had split up the realm between his 3 children. But under the rule of these 3 children, the lands prospered, and one sign of that prosperity was the railways that were built and connected all parts of the land and allowed trade and business to flourish, basically. And it's important that now under the new rule, they got torn up again. So they were really like, like advancements, don't need that. Yeah, military parade. Some sort of celebration. Maybe anniversary of some kind. Also, what's interesting is the like kind of Zeppelin kind of structure. Like I don't want to call it a hot air balloon, but we have some type of craft that's in the air. I mean, it looks dope from the style of it. Okay, then we're back at the start. And also the phrase history is penned by the victors. Absolutely true and absolutely horrible as a statement, unfortunately. Oh! Leadership's chamber. There's also the diary in here that I haven't cracked yet. Thing is, do I get anything for that? I mean, the thing is, because so something about the classrooms is that you have multiple numbers of redraws. The number of redraws you have depends on how many classrooms you have. So, but now I have 7, which is 6, which allows for a total of 9 redraws. So yeah, I'm absolutely tempted because her ladyship's chamber doesn't. I feel like they won't give me anything today. So let me redraw and see if we get the billiard room is tempting. As much as I love the nursery, I can't take it today. I really have to save my gems. Like ideally I would pick something where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can get gems there. I mean, the billiard room would give me keys at least. Maybe let's take that because I only have 1 key and I will need them anyway going forward. Alright, let's do some math. Like, the further I go into the house, the more doors I will potentially encounter that are locked. Alright, let's do this. 4. What do you have for me? Okay, we have 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 negative 8. That plus 1 and 4 plus 4 is 5 and 3 is 8. We're at 0. Multiplying that is still 0 plus 1 should be 1. Okay, that was right. 1 squared is just 1. Multiplying that by 30 is 30 divided by 15 is 2. And 1 squared is 1. Negative 4 is negative 3. And negative 3 divided by 9? I totally forgot how to do it. How do we divide a negative? Yeah, so my calculator still tells me that's negative 0.3. But how am I supposed to do that? Okay, yeah, okay, that's wrong for you. Nice. So that was 1. That was 2. Okay, I have no idea what the solution here is supposed to be. So I guess I have to try a couple of things. That was 1. That was 2. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm stupid. So it's negative 4. No, I'm still hitting. Oh wait, okay, so maybe I think I got the order wrong. So is this -4 plus 1 is -3, then squared? And it's -9 divided by 9. Is that 1? Okay. Oh, also we have the key card. Nice. Okay. So I got the order wrong. That messed up my math. Okay. Oh, damn it. I forgot the apple again. And getting that apple was basically pointless now that I've had to go back and forth between the rooms. Alright, let's try and see what kind of room. Oh, money. Yeah, if I find the kitchen somewhere. I like the locksmith. I would also take the locksmith. Okay, this time absolutely the passageway. And not only for the key it gives me. Haha, we get extra steps. Done with work, so I'm going to step away from my desk. I'll check the VOD to see if you graduated from grade school. Thanks, either way, Lambert. Ooh, the commissary is... Okay, all of these are dead ends. Ah, but the commissary costs me stuff. Okay, I mean, if I have to take a dead end, I'll take the closet, I guess. Okay. One time I'm hoping for a gem here. Alright. Ah. Okay, you know what? I'll take the punk room today. Just because it doubles my number of keys. Okay, but I feel like there's nothing more I can do here, and I just blocked my... Like, initially, like, well, ideally I would have liked something that leads north, which is so irritating that now that I've found the compass, I'm supposed to get these more easy, like rooms that face north more easily. It didn't happen. But hey. Yeah, that is blocked off now. Sometimes when I have 2 rooms available that both have a door to the same kind of space on the floor plan, I often regret. Or like I always wonder what room I should draft from, and I usually regret my choice. Alright, the East Wing hallway or else our journey is over. And I don't want it to be over. I have to use a key. And you know what? Let me take the risk and go for the commissary just to see what we can buy here today. Salt shaker, shovel, sleeping mask, metal detector. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not having a step problem currently. I wish you would be selling gems because that's what I need. And now I regret having spent a gem to draft you. mean, I guess give me the metal detector because I like it. And I guess the shovel never hurts. We'll see if we can do something with it. My last key. Why do I feel like this is going to be over soon? Some coins in here. I could combine the metal detector and the shovel also. I have to go for the mate's chamber. There's no helping it. Ah! I need gems! Why today of all days? Alright, it's over. Frick. Frick! Yeah, I feel like I should have drafted a room from the conference room. Damn, only made it to classroom 6 today. Too bad. Too bad. Just double checking if there's really nothing else I can do. I mean, in theory, I could go back through the rooms and see if I can. I mean, I guess, yeah. Could run back and see if the metal detector basically tells me that I missed something somewhere, which is, of course, a possibility. And if I find a room, I can try going forward. So far, no metal items we've missed. All right. Nothing here, and presumably also nothing in the bunk room. Nope. Aside from the immortal hamster. Back through here. And we're back in the entrance hall. I guess we have to start the corridor and the storeroom. And if the metal detector doesn't react here... Nope. Okay, at least I haven't missed a key or anything. Alright. Then I have to refrain. I can't continue today and have to once again call it a day. And that also concludes me playing blueprints on this channel. Thanks to everyone who was here, which is mainly Lambert and Rosie Posey. I appreciate you guys so much for keeping me company during this. I hope it was enjoyable. I'm sorry for everyone who is disappointed that I don't like 100% this game on stream, but like I said at the beginning of this, I feel like I'm at a point where I will enjoy this more if I play this off stream and can really take a lot of time and don't have to worry about maybe being dumb or especially about like scheduling stream times and also not having to worry about like the time of day and like basically there's just a thought that goes into when I stream and what I stream and for how long I stream. And yeah, and like although I feel like as much as I enjoy the gameplay for what it is, that the RNG element and the kind of randomness of it, and every day being a new opportunity with new chances and new possibilities, I do also see the possibility of it being quite repetitive, as in you watched someone else playing this. And yeah, even though if like we occasionally find new things, like today we could read a new book that could give us more insight, I feel like it will reach a point where it gets boring because there's a lot of repetition, a lot of rooms you've seen before, a lot of things you've done before, a lot of puzzles. So yeah. And if you want to see more of this game, I encourage you to either watch other people on Twitch or YouTube who play this, or whatever streaming or video platform of your choice you prefer, or even better, play it yourself. There's plenty of content left. Like I said, after reaching room 46 last time, I feel like I've only seen 10% of the game, so there's plenty more stuff for you yourself to figure out and enjoy if you so choose. So yeah, all that's left for me to see is thank you, and I hope to see you again soon. Alright. Yeah, a short stream today. But my two regulars were still here, and I'm very grateful for that. So thanks again to Rosie Posey and Lambert for stopping by. And yeah, since you guys were the main audience for these streams, I hope you're not too upset that I quit this year and play some off time. I will of course post updates in Ryan's Discord, so if you are interested in any new findings I have, feel free to check up on these. I don't want to promise it, but I have like the distant thought of maybe I'll do an extra stream in the future where I kind of show stuff I found, but of course that kind of depends on like the randomness of me being able to, like, for example, if I find new letters and want to show them off on stream and read them on stream, it would require me to get to the specific rooms, and that's always a gamble. So there's always a question of like how much point is there really. So that probably won't make too much sense. But yeah, it is what it is, and it feels like a good place to stop this year, at least on the channel, and switch over to something else, because I also feel like, and that's been on my mind, as much as I enjoy this game, viewership is definitely down a lot, and I want to bring my people back in. I want to have people here again. As stupid as this sounds, maybe, but like really, I want to play something again that people are able to watch and And yeah. And that is not something that, you know, people have to avoid watching. So yeah, try the stream today, but I do want to try and get some stuff done for my class in the evening and maybe work on the game recommendations list. So yeah, once again, thanks to everyone who was here, who followed this and watches this at a later date. I greatly appreciate you. Hope you had a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is for you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you again soon. This time definitely with a new game. I know I've been promising it the last couple of days to play something different. Next time for sure. See you then. Bye.